Well, folks, it looks like we can add Life and Style magazine, the weekly U.S. tabloid, to the long list of publications that have a very close relationship with Meghan Markle's PR people. And this week's issue features Princess Catherine on the cover. Sounds good, right? We do love reading about Catherine. Well, not in this case, because this article has Meghan Markle's fingerprints, or rather claw prints, all over it. First off, let's talk about the cover. So on the cover, we see a photo of Princess Catherine from the King's coronation. And clearly, they were very careful in choosing this photo, because in it, Catherine's kind of looking over her shoulder with a not very happy look on her face, like she's seeing something she doesn't like. Maybe she was looking at Harry, who knows? And it reads, Princess Kate, her untold story. Bully, social climber, scorned wife, what on earth? Now, the first two certainly apply to Meghan Markle. Is Meghan a scorned wife? Well, not really, but it looks to me like this is a classic case of deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender. See, Meghan and her PR people believe that if they tell us it was Catherine who did all those things, it's Catherine who's the bully, it's Catherine who's the gold digger, then all of a sudden we're going to forget that actually those terms perfectly describe the Duchess of Hypocrisy, Meghan Markle. And then the subtitle, Friends Reveal the Surprising Truth About the Princess's Private World, Why She Still Won't Take Meghan's Calls. So already they're throwing Meghan in there as if Catherine spends even a second of her day thinking about Meghan. I know she doesn't, but anyway, let's remember, this article is really about Meghan. It's not about Catherine. I mean, what is wrong with Meghan? Instead of actually getting positive press for herself, she decides it's much easier to get some negative publicity for Catherine. So then we get into the article, and we read, after years of criticism branding her a bully, a social climber, and more, Princess Kate's side of the story is finally revealed. Folks, who has been branding her a bully and a social climber except for Meghan and her sugars? I don't know anybody who has ever had anything bad to say about Catherine, except for Meghan and her sugars. First, the article goes into detail about how the Sussex Sugars viciously attacked William and Catherine for daring to mark Britain's Black History Month. Now, it was on October 3rd, and the critics, they say, had a field day. Some of the quotations they included, the hypocrisy of William and Kate celebrating Black History Month. They couldn't even support the only person of color in their own family. Somebody wrote that on Twitter. And then another person said, there is very little Willie and Kate can do to convince anyone that they care about Black History Month when they directly enabled abuse of Meghan. So if you didn't already know that this came directly from Meghan's PR people, well, it's pretty obvious now. What are they even talking about? What abuse of Meghan are they even referring to exactly? If there were any real abuse, there would be proof of that abuse, and you know Meghan and Harry would have revealed that a long time ago. They are so hung up on trying to prove that the royal family is racist. I don't believe for 1 second that Meghan really was treated badly. The Sugars are some nasty, nasty people, though, and so then another person said that they should reach out to Meghan and her children, Archie and Lilibet, for Black History Month. Start there. Why should they reach out to Archofficial and Invisibet? First of all, the children don't exist. Second of all, according to the photos Meghan and Harry have released, those children are lily white, their skin is whiter than mine is, and they've got red hair. So please explain to me why William and Catherine should reach out to a couple of white kids in honor of Black History Month. According to this article, Catherine has been dealing with this stuff for more than 2 decades now, but it's getting harder to keep calm and carry on. A royal source says, while she isn't the type of person to go off, Kate is at her wit's end. She's tired of all the lies. Well, to be fair, I'm sure she is tired of the lies coming directly from Meghan and Harry, but anyway, let's see what else they have to say. This royal source says, she's been called everything from a bully to a social climber to a scorned wife. Well, last time I checked, the only people calling her these ugly names are Meghan and Harry's fans. So why are they acting like everybody believes this? Nobody believes this except Meghan and Harry's sugars. And of course, we have to go back to that fateful day in 2018 when there was the fight over the bridesmaids' dresses. Meghan is desperate to bring up that story any chance she gets because I guess that's probably one of the last times she really had any interaction with Catherine. She's very hung up on this story, clearly. And they had to include that quote from Spare that Harry said that Catherine was uneasy about Meghan from the start after realizing she was, quote, going to be compared to and forced to compete with Meg. Oh yeah, that's believable. Catherine was so worried she would have to compete with Meg. I know we've been through this already, but I can't believe that someone is printing this nonsense again. Well, in this article, Megan has already stabbed the knife into Catherine's back, so she might as well just twist it a bit, get it really, really far in there. So what better way to hurt Catherine than to talk about those rumors that William had cheated on her? We all know those rumors were started by Megan, but again, this article came directly from Megan and her team, so of course it makes sense they would have to include that story too. But before they get into that, we are reminded that Camilla thought Catherine wasn't good enough for William. Of course, that has never been confirmed. I personally don't believe that Camilla ever had anything bad to say about Catherine, but anyway, more likely it was Megan. But anyway, the article claims that Catherine is never going to forgive Camilla for snubbing her in the beginning of her relationship with William. Okay, sure. I mean, on some level, guys, we got to appreciate the fact that Megan takes every single thing that is wrong with herself personally, and then she projects it onto Catherine as if we're somehow going to believe it? The language this article uses is something else. So when it's talking about the cheating scandal, it says, more recently, efforts to make her the scorned wife have grated on Kate, says the source. In 2019, William was caught up in a cheating scandal as allegations surfaced claiming he'd been unfaithful with Kate's good friend Rose Hanbury. I'm not going to read the rest because I don't want to repeat that nasty rumor again. But it really bothered me the way they said that William was caught up in a cheating scandal. No, he wasn't. Megan planted that rumor and she did her best to spread it all around the world, and of course it did get some traction. But those of us with common sense saw that for exactly what it was. I love too how at the end of the article they say, Kate will always put duty above all else, assures the source, even when faced with lies. Oh, you mean like the lies that come directly from her own brother-in-law and sister-in-law, Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Hypocrisy? Those lies? Are those the ones you're talking about? The whole article is just ridiculous. Yet another puff piece from Meghan's PR people. I don't know why I'm acting like I'm surprised. I'm really not, but still, the way that she goes after Catherine, it really bothers me. I mean, the jealousy and the spite and resentment emanating from that nasty, nasty witch is outrageous. I can only assume this is a response to the fact that Meghan didn't get that sweet, sweet PR she was hoping for with their World Mental Health Day visit to New York. Of course not. I mean, that visit was a complete disaster from everything I have read. I'm gonna make another video later talking more about that. But anyway, I mean, this is exactly what Meghan loves to do. Anytime she's not getting the attention she wants, she decides to attack Catherine and William. This time, the way she went after Catherine was absolutely disgusting. It's like the way that she and Harry always do something, get their names in the headlines the minute the royal family does anything notable. They are so desperate for attention, and they are so desperate to compete with people who do not care about them. When will they get the hint that they are irrelevant, that they're not important, that they should just fade away into obscurity because that's exactly where they belong? And you, what do you think of this nasty, vicious attack against Catherine? Please let me know below in the comments section. Before you go, don't forget to like and share this video with anybody else who would enjoy it. And please do not forget to subscribe to Kate Middleton and the Queen channel to get more updates from our team. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back to see you soon.